Hey guys, Dominic from Genuine Reels, and today I'm going to be talking about a 90s television show that a lot of people may have forgotten about. That is the Dana Carvey Show. Oh, Dana Carvey had a show. Yes, he did. And not only was it a regular comedy show, it was a sketch comedy show right after he had left SNL. Now, to give a little history on this show, Dana Carvey leaves SNL. He gets a lot of different offers here and there, one of which is to take over the Late Night with David Letterman show. And he was going to have Robert Smigel and Conan O'Brien be his head writers, and he was going to host that late night show. He ended up turning it down, and of course Conan took over that show, and it became Late Night with Conan O'Brien. But Robert Smigel went with Dana Carvey to do this show, the Dana Carvey Show. Now, this show was on ABC, and it was on in '96. Now, I don't know if a lot of people have a memory of this show, but I definitely have a very vague memory. I remember me and my brother, we were about like 8 and 9, we were fat and stuff, and we were watching this Dana Carvey Show. I don't know how many episodes we watched, because everything's all mishmashed when you're younger, and things seem longer. This show, to me, felt like it went on forever, but it only aired 7 episodes. I definitely remember watching with my brother. I definitely remember, being like, wow, Dana Carvey, we love SNL, because we were, little fat SNL fanatics when we were younger. Chris Farley and all those guys, Adam Sandler. We loved it. This was obviously something we were going to be interested in. So, watching this show again, this is the first time I've watched it since I was a little, 8 or 9-year-old boy, and I don't really remember much. I get little nuggets watching it over. But this show definitely had a lot of good promise. It had funny sketches. It did a lot of that political satire, just like SNL does. And I think Dana Carvey stayed in his comfort zone with stuff like that. And he did a lot of impersonations, of course. And he drove a lot of the sketches. But, you also had, in addition to Smigel, who would pop up and, of course, was writing, you had Louis C.K., who was one of the writers in this. And then, of course, you had Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell in very, very early, parts of comedy. I think they came from Second City, and the story I heard was that Steve Colbert was Steve Carell's understudy, and they were both kind of like the funniest guys there. And they took both of them to be performers. And this is the first appearance of the ambiguously gay duo, the cartoon that Robert Smigel came up with that was part of SNL's TV Funhouse. There's some funny sketches, especially the one, if you've watched it, with Steve Carell and Dana Carvey and the guys who just bail on everything. That was actually incidentally written by Louis C.K. But the show does have a lot of good moments, but it definitely has a lot, rewatching it, has a lot of dated material. There's a lot of political references that if you're too young, you're not even going to know what the hell they're talking about. You're not even going to know who Bob Dole is, I remember the SNL stuff with Norm Macdonald doing Bob Dole. That was just classic. But this doesn't have the hits on some of the sketches that, let's say, SNL did. It was troubled from the beginning because the show was on ABC. It was on basically in prime time. It was on at like 9 o'clock. And after like the first episode, the censors went wild and, told them what they can't do, what they could do. So the rest of the show kind of suffered. Like I said before, this show only lasted 7 episodes. Rewatching these episodes, I think there's 8 on here. I'm pretty sure there's 8 on here. I'm not going to read through that while you're just staring into my soul. But I watched all of them. They go by like this. They're like 20 minutes. But you could definitely see that this show had potential. Dana Carvey as a one-man guy, being the main focus, it's a little tricky because he is very good at sketches, but I don't know if he could survive in that situation of being, on his own. The show could have went on. I don't think it was his fault. He had Carell, he had Colbert, and he had great writers working with him. So, those people really shine. But the show isn't perfect. And you can see why ABC was, nipped it in the bud at the time. The stuff it got, if you read up on it, I'm not going to go into it, but the stuff that it got, attacked for was really to today's standards, what they air on TV, it's really nothing. It's stupid stuff, you know. But this would have been a kind of, you know, if you compare it to something modern, really like Chappelle's Show. It has that feel. It just didn't hit all of its marks. After rewatching it, you know, would I recommend this? If you're a Dana Carvey fan, if you're an SNL fan, you've never seen this or you've heard of it, you know, yeah, definitely worth the watch. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of mediocre moments in there, but there are funny moments that I did laugh out loud that still hold up. Most of those being, you know, Dana Carvey's impressions, because they're just so wacky, particularly his Paul McCartney. I mean, I love that sketch. It's just amazing. But I would give this, you know, a 3.5 stars out of 5 for the overall 8 episodes. Definitely worth checking out. Like I said, if you're a sketch comedy fan, especially that 90s comedy. I got on a little kick where I'm in the mood to watch like some 90s comedy, and somebody had got me a Best Buy gift card. I popped online, I ordered this, I ordered the Larry Sanders Show complete series, and I'm just brushing through those. I'm in a very 90s comedy mode. But tell me what you guys think of the Dana Carvey Show. Is it one of your personal favorites? What are some of your personal sketches? It's all fresh in my mind, so talk about it. Have you not seen it? Well, if you've not seen it, check it out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Check out the other videos. Check out the sketches, guys. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.